back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to create iOS icons using icon composer in Expo React Native. So let's get started. Now the first thing which you need to keep in mind is you need to download Xcode 26. So this is the requirement. You should have at least Xcode 26. Then what you can do is you can just go to your design tools. So I'm using Figma, but you can use Sketch or Photoshop, whatever you feel like. Okay, so once you have this particular thing open, next what I have done is that I have just created this cloud icon and this sun icon, okay, using Figma, and I have grouped them together. And given that the cloud is up is in front of the sun, I have named it as 1, and this is not necessary, but this is just for my own sake, so that I can, when we export it from Figma to icon composer, I can easily place it at top in front of sun. Again, this is not necessary, and for sun I have named it as 0. So this is what it is. Now all you need to do is just make sure you do not import, like you can export it as a group as well, but suppose if you want to make some tweaks to your sun in dark mode, some tweaks to your cloud in tinted mode, that's why it is better to export them layer by layer. That's the suggestion from the icon composer documentation as well. So what I will do is I'll just select this 0, which is sun, and you can just go to here. You just have to click on export. You go to export, just click on this plus button, and here you just have to select SVG or whatever PNG. If you feel like better to select SVG, and just click on export, and it has downloaded it for me. Then I'll just select this first one, which is the cloud. Again, click on this plus button for your export, select SVG, and just click on export. So it has exported this as well. Then you just have to open Xcode, and at the top click on Xcode, just open developer tools, and here you just have to select icon composer. So it will open it for you. So here you will have to just click on new document. So let's just wait. So here is my icon composer. So what I'll do is now I'll just drag and drop these two icons. So I'll just take this, I'll drag and drop it over here. Okay, once I have drag and drop it here, you can think things have messed up. So what I'll do is I'll just move this sun into its own group. So I'll just click on this plus button. Again, this is not necessary, but I like moving things into their own group. So I'll just take this sun, I'll move it into its own group, and here you can see now the sun is ahead of our cloud, which is not correct. So I'll just move this group above the sun's group, and now things look pretty. Now the sun's position is not correct, so I can just select our sun over here, and then I can move it like this. So yeah, something like this looks okay to me. Now here, this is how it looks on iOS, macOS for the default mode. So here you can see iOS, macOS selected. This is the default mode. If you want, you can see how it looks in dark mode. Now in dark mode, suppose if I want the cloud to look pink, so I can just select my cloud. Here these are all the properties. You can play around with these properties. I can just select solid over here, and here I'll just make it little bit pink. So something like this. Okay, again, not necessary, it's up to you. And this is how it will look in tinted mode. So again, you can play around how it should look in tinted mode. Now here you can see that I have selected this background icon. So background image. So if you want to select your own background image, you can click on add background as well, or you can just use the default ones as well. So it's up to you how you want to place it. And for this tinted icon, this mono options, sharp like glow which you see around the corners, you can play around with that as well by using this particular option. So here you can see when I move it, the sharp color thing moves around our corner as well. So you can place it wherever you feel like, it's up to you. So yeah, and for watchOS we only have the default mode. So if I just select watchOS, here you can see we only have the default mode. So let's go back to iOS. Then you can just click on, once you are done with it, just click on file, click on save, and you can give it some name. So I'll just name it as app icon. It's up to you what name you want to give, and I'll just save it into documents. Now you just need to create an Expo React Native project. So if you want to see how, if you want to learn how to create an Expo React Native project, you can go to this particular URL. But I have created a Expo React Native project by running this command. So there are different templates available. I am using the blank TypeScript template, but doesn't really matter which templates you use. You can use whatever you feel like. Okay, and now to run the application, you just have to use this command. But before we run the application, I'll just close this cheat sheet. Here you can see this is my Expo React Native project, right? So I'll just cd into my Expo React Native project first. So here is my Expo React Native project. Okay, I have already created the project, and to run the project I use this. But before I run the project, what you need to do is you need to go to app.json over here. Okay, and here you need to add this particular line of code, /assets. So assets folder was created by default when you create an Expo React Native project, and here you need to give the name of your app icon which you exported from icon composer, right? So if you see, my app icon name was app icon, so I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here, and the MIME type or the extension is .icon, so don't change that, and I'll just do Command S to save. And then inside the assets folder I can just drag and drop this app icon. Okay, so this is done. You don't have to worry about it now. This app icon will satisfy all watchOS, iOS, macOS. Now let's just run our application, and once the application is ready, I'll show you guys the output. One thing to note in mind, suppose if you have ran the application previously before creating this app icon, right, you will see the older Expo icon. What I have noticed is that sometimes even if we add the app icon, the simulator app icon does not get updated. This is a simulator bug. It's just that you have to uninstall the application and reinstall it, and things would be fine for you. So don't get worried too much. So I'll just open. Sometimes this particular command which you see does not open my simulator properly, so I just manually open it. So open developer tool, just click on simulator. I mean, if it sometimes it automatically opens for us, but sometimes, like I have noticed, like most of the times this Expo command does not really open the simulator for me, and it just hangs. And here you just, okay, so here you can see the simulator is open. Now let's just wait for the application to build, and I'll show you guys the output. So I have ran the application, and as you can see, it is still not updating my app icon. I have tried uninstalling the application and reinstalling it as well, but it is still not updating it for me. Now according to me, the issue is Expo HDK 54. Like, I'm using the latest version. If I just show it to you, 54, and if you see the documentation over here as well, they do say that Expo HDK 54 does support app icon composer, which we have already done. It's just that our app icon name was app icon.icon. That's what I'm using over here, if you see over here. So still it is not working. So what I suggest, if it is still not working for you, if it's working, you don't need to follow the rest of the steps. If it is still not working, uninstall the application, reinstall it. If it still doesn't work, then what you need to do is you just go to your Expo application, go to the iOS folder, and you double click on this .xcode proj file for you. So it will open it for you inside Xcode. Then you need to click on your Expo app, click on targets over here, go to general, and firstly you need to change the minimum deployment to 26 over here. If it is already 26 or higher, then don't touch it. Then what you need to do is go to your app icon wherever you have downloaded it, drag and drop it inside your Expo application. Make sure this target is checked, click on finish. Then here you can see our app icon. So then just scroll down, and here make sure the name matches with what our name is. So in my case, the A and I are small, right? So I'll just change it over here as well. So this is one of the frustrations of working with cross-platform technologies. Things doesn't really work, even if the documentation says it works. So now I will just rerun my application, but here I'll just make sure I uninstall this one first, because sometimes it updates, sometimes it doesn't update. This is a simulator bug. If you want, you can test it on a real device as well. So yeah, let's just wait for this to finish, and once it is done, I'll come back and show you guys the output. So I'll just wait, I'll not edit it. If you want, you can just fast forward the video. So hopefully if this should work. If even this doesn't work, then I'm not sure what's wrong. So let's just wait for this. Okay, so here you can see finally we are able to see our app icon as well. So hopefully you saw it. Now I will show you how you can test it for dark mode, light mode as well. So I'll just remove my application over here. Here you can see our app icon. Then you just have to long press anywhere, and you will see this particular edit option. So click on edit, click on customize over here. and here you just have to select the default mode. So this is how your app icon will look like in default mode. If you select dark, this is how, if you remember, for dark mode we had made the clouds pink, right? So here you can see it does work, and this is for the clear mode, and this is for the tinted mode. So if you want to play around with tinted mode, this is how you user can select whatever color they want, right? So I just select dark mode, that's what I like. So yeah, this is how it is. Thank you for watching. Bye.